be honest, didn't think nothing of it. First, but all these photos I keep seeing, I see Dean Bling and Dino got it in.
Yeah.
Until I talked to Travis or George, who's been on the inside. But as I've been seeing these photos of everybody else.
Travis Kelce admits struggling with jealousy after returning to social media post-wedding. Trouble in Swiftie paradise, maybe? Taylor and Travis just had their whole dream wedding at Madison Square Garden on July 3rd, surrounded by 1,000 of their closest friends. And when we say close, we mean an actual 1,000 people, including big names like Karlie Kloss and Jack Antonoff. Sounds perfect, right? Well, not everyone was feeling the love. Turns out a bunch of Travis's own NFL teammates got left off the list for the 100-person rehearsal dinner the night before, and that did not sit well with some of them. Then things got even juicier when retired NFL player Will Compton went on the Wake Up Barstool podcast and admitted he was pretty stunned he didn't get an invite, though he later claimed on X he was just joking around. Sure, buddy.
Aren't you like a tight end you guy? How did you not get an invite to that wedding?
I'm on the treadmill right now. Number one.
Treadmill crowd.
I'm going to be honest, didn't think nothing of it. First, but all these photos I keep seeing, I see Dean Bling and Dino got it in.
Yeah.
Until I talked to Travis or George, who's been on the inside. But as I've been seeing these photos of everybody else at that wedding, I'm kind of flabbergasted why we didn't get the.
And it doesn't stop there, because apparently Blake Lively is out here holding on to some serious resentment too. Reports suggest she might not be quick to forgive Taylor for leaving her off the guest list, especially given their whole falling out. Now here's where it gets interesting. A source spilled to Star magazine that all this drama has actually been getting to the newlyweds. According to the insider, Taylor and Travis are usually really good at tuning out the noise, but having story after story drop about jealous teammates and trash talk has honestly been kind of a bummer for them. And get this, Travis apparently has to walk right back into that locker room soon. The source says that's bound to be awkward given how much jealousy is floating around. The insider also mentioned the couple's getting pretty worn out just trying to keep track of all the gossip and drama, especially when all they want to do is actually enjoy being newlyweds. But hey, it's not all bad. Plenty of guests have nothing but love for the wedding.
It was just the best night ever. I mean, it was legendary. There's no other way to describe it.
Speaking of which, can we talk about how these two are just built different when it comes to being newlyweds in public? So a Taylor Swift fan account posted a video on X this past Thursday from Juju Smith-Schuster and Laura Crook's wedding, because yes, apparently our favorite couple went to another wedding just 1 week after their own. Iconic behavior, honestly. Anyway, the clip shows this huge group of guests doing the whole arm-length sway in unison thing to Swag Surfin', you know, the Chiefs' hype anthem, and there in the back of the pack, Taylor and Travis just vibing and swaying together like the certified newlyweds they are. Then the beat drops, everyone scatters, and the two of them just keep doing their own little dance thing. Fans are obsessed. One person even pointed out they're literally matching each other's vibe, like we know we're not okay either. But let's rewind, because Juju's wedding on July 10th came exactly 1 week after Taylor and Travis said I do themselves in front of basically 1,000 of their closest friends. And that wedding? Absolutely loaded with surprises. We're talking a raffle full of fancy prizes and Adam Sandler officiating the whole ceremony. Neither Taylor nor Travis has spilled any official details themselves, but honestly, their guest list has been doing plenty of talking for them.
It was unbelievable. We were very excited to get the invite and very privileged to be there. They did everything top-notch, and it was beautiful to see. And when Adam Sandler walked out, that kind of had everybody floored. That was really cool. Ceremony was beautiful. Obviously very happy for them. And there was a lot of dancing, hours and hours and hours. Still kind of recovering from, being out on that dance floor for 6+ hours.
Ciara, for one, told Us Weekly that she and Russell Wilson had an amazing time, calling it a really beautiful, magical night. But then she immediately clammed up, saying she'd rather let Taylor and Travis share their own story whenever they're ready. Respectfully iconic of her. But also, we're begging for more crumbs. Rob Gronkowski wasn't quite as tight-lipped, though, telling Tubi's The Other Football that the wedding was straight-up top-notch, and specifically gave major props to the dance floor, saying it was popping. And then Pat McAfee really opened the floodgates when he casually dropped that Avril Lavigne-performed Skater Boy at the reception. Like, no big deal, just one of the songs of our childhood live at Taylor Swift's wedding.
Paul McCartney played a song that he hasn't played since 1960-something for the first time ever. Stevie Nicks played. Taylor was up there with them, obviously. Avril Lavigne. I don't want to give away too much, but it was the greatest night of all time.
He even admitted on his show that he didn't realize he was the first one to leak that detail. And get this, Avril wasn't even the only performer. Stevie Nicks, Paul McCartney, and Ice Spice all hit the stage too. McAfee described it like it was just musicians casually calling each other up to perform, like it was no big deal. Must be nice being that famous, honestly.
Football world coming together with Hollywood in Nashville. Brad Pitt brought me a Jack and Diet.
No big deal.
Whoa. And then obviously Bradley Cooper's there. Gigi, is obviously there. I don't want to give away too much, but it was the greatest night of all time. My wife and I had a blast, and they absolutely showcased that they are in love.
Okay, but real talk. While all these guests are out here spilling tea about the wedding, can we address the elephant in the room? Where are the photos? Because get this, it's officially been over 2 weeks since Taylor and Travis said their vows, and we still haven't gotten a single official look at that wedding dress everyone's been buzzing about. Like, at this point, we know more about Avril Lavigne's set list than we do about what Taylor actually wore down the aisle. Make it make sense. And instead of throwing fans a bone, Travis has just been doing normal Travis things. A week after the wedding, he and Jason dropped a New Heights clip featuring Tom Brady, which, cool guest, sure, but babe, nobody asked.
My college experience was really unique. My first 3 years, I didn't play at all at Michigan. And again, if I was around these days, I probably would have transferred to another school because, it was simple to do. But, Michigan was a really tough experience in terms of I had to grow up. I didn't have brothers. I had 3 sisters.
Fans were not having it, with one commenting that the whole thing was getting annoying and basically demanding wedding photos already, and another straight up telling him to spend some time with your wife because apparently they're counting on him. The audacity of asking for the bare minimum, honestly. Then Saturday rolls around and Travis hops on TikTok, yes TikTok, to promote Six Flags because he's literally a brand ambassador and shareholder there. Makes total sense given its peak summer season, except fans collectively lost it when he said the wait is over. For one glorious second, they thought this was finally the wedding photo drop. Spoiler, it was about a roller coaster. One fan admitted they nearly screamed thinking it was the pictures, while another had to step in and remind everyone to calm down since Travis probably didn't even post that himself. So yeah, the photos are still MIA. But here's the thing. When Taylor and Travis finally do share them, it's going to break the internet the same way they broke Times Square on their actual wedding day. It's not a matter of if, just when. And honestly, the wait might just make it hit that much harder. Speaking of mysteries surrounding this whole wedding, turns out Taylor and Travis might not be the only ones with a July 3rd secret. Enter Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton, stage left, looking very suspicious. So get this, Gwen and Blake celebrated their 5-year wedding anniversary on Monday, which also happens to fall on July 3rd. The exact same day Taylor and Travis tied the knot. Coincidence? Fans think not. Gwen posted an anniversary reel calling it a date night with her forever.
It's our 5-year anniversary and Blake will not let me take any pictures of him, so it's just going to be me in my dress.
But eagle-eyed fans immediately clocked that the couple was very clearly in New York City. The same city where a certain blowout A-list wedding was going down. And it doesn't stop there. Gwen was dressed to the nines in a fitted pink formal gown. Blake was suited up in a full tux. The skyline in the background screamed NYC. And there was even a garment bag in their closet literally tagged Blake NYC. Sir, we see you. Gwen played coy, joking that Blake wouldn't let her take pictures of him, though she still managed to sneak in some shots of their glam session and their ride home that night. Naturally, fans went into full detective mode. One commented it looked like they'd went to a certain wedding, and another straight up asked if they crashed someone else's celebration for their own anniversary. Bold theory, we're kind of here for it. Now worth noting, Gwen and Blake actually got married back in 2021, also on July 3rd. But their wedding couldn't have looked more different from Taylor and Travis's. Instead of a star-studded Madison Square Garden takeover, Gwen and Blake kept things intimate on Blake's Oklahoma ranch. Total opposite vibes. And on the actual anniversary itself, both of them got sentimental, sharing throwback carousels from their big day. Gwen captioned hers, "5 years married to my forever," while Blake gushed about loving every day more than the last. Sweet, sure, but let's be honest, nobody's fully buying the just a coincidence story here. Turns out the guest list itself required its own level of secrecy, because getting into this wedding was basically a full spy operation. Per Entertainment Tonight, all 1,000+ guests got fed cryptic clues for weeks. Vague save the dates in March, then breadcrumbs like East Coast, then Manhattan, with some people not even knowing the venue until they were en route, guided there via a 4 a.m. QR code. Jonathan Thomas, a close friend of Travis's, added even more chaos to the story on the Compound and Friends podcast. He revealed his invite came through random texts saying, "This is from Taylor and Travis. I promise it's not spam." He assumed it was actually spam and deleted it, repeatedly, before blocking the number entirely. Cue Travis personally calling him weeks later, confused why he hadn't RSVP'd. Iconic miscommunication.
I got this text that said, "This is from Taylor and Travis. I promise it's not spam."
No way.
And I deleted it.
Well, that's what I would have done.
Yeah, 100%. About a few weeks, maybe a month at most before the wedding, my phone rings. It's Travis. And he goes, "Hey, JT, you're like one of the only people that hasn't responded to the wedding invitation. What's going on?"
Which was a text message.
Yeah, right. Yeah, which I would have never imagined. And I said, "Well, Travis, I didn't get an invitation." He goes, "Jonathan, we send you text messages like every 2 or 3 days and you're not responding." And I said, "Oh my God," I deleted it.
Once you got past that hurdle, though, things got serious fast. Multi-factor authentication, an NDA with, in Jonathan's words, some real teeth, and only then a watermarked digital invite with your name on it so any leaks could be traced straight back to the source. As for the ceremony, Jonathan called it amazing. He revealed guests genuinely thought Adam Sandler officiating was a joke at first, until he delivered a solid 20 to 30-minute mix of comedy and heartfelt sincerity. That's all for this video. Join in on the next one for more updates.